Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We're going to apply those 2-5-1s that you've been using with your Rootless Voicings, your left-hand Rootless Voicings, to a tune. This is Take the A Train by the great Billy Strayhorn, written for the Duke Ellington Orchestra, and a great tune, and I think you've been listening to it. Hopefully you've watched the link and gotten the melody and just the form of the tune and giving you some ideas of how the tune, quote unquote, goes. We really want to do that before we jump into trying to play it, right? So here we go. The first thing, let me point out here, your version just says C, right? Like it does down here, C. Anytime you have one of those, you bring it all the way up to a major 9. All major chords go to major 9. Dominant 7 chords go to dominant 13. We're going to disregard that flatted fifth because look, it's in the melody. Cool, we don't have to worry about it. So D13 here, D minor 9, that was a 7, D minor 9, G7, that's some other stuff we'll talk about later, C major 9, A minor 9, D minor 9, G13, and repeat. Second ending, G minor 9 to C13. So we're bumping all of these chords up to our Rootless Voicings. Okay, all of them. From now on, the whole rest of your life, you're going to do this, okay? Lead sheets just give you the bare minimum, so you need to jazz it up, as we say. All right, here we go. So sit at your piano and let's play. Let's go through these voicings. This is the first chord. This is C major 9. As you can see, it's just simply leaving off the root. And it's part of our 2-5-1 in C. And it is a third shape, meaning it starts from the third in the bottom and it's paced and spaced in thirds. Here's my D13. You can look it up on your Rootless Voicings page. Here's our first 2-5-1. D minor 9, G13, C major 9. Thank goodness for patterns. This is our most common pattern, 2-5-1. And in this tune, it happens all the time. It happens a ton in the key of C, right? It also happens coming into the key of F. If you look at the second ending, we have a 2-5-1 in F. So there's another one. By the way, right there at that F, that's the bridge. This tune is AABA. 2, 3, 4. This is the first opening theme. So we call it A, right? Then it repeats, does the same thing. Coming into the bridge, the B section, check this out, the next 8 bars. That's different material, so we call it B. So B section is also known as the bridge, okay? So that's what I mean by the bridge. And then the last 8 bars are another A, which means we really only have to learn 2 different sections. All right, so the first thing you should do, get up your backing track and just, let's play some long comping rhythms. 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and. We want to anticipate the upcoming chord. So for all these chords here, like this G13, I'm going to place it on the and of 4. I'm going to place this C on the and of 4. I'm going to place all these on the and of 2, and of 4, and of 2, right? So you're always anticipating the upcoming chord. Let's try that. This is the backing track that was up on Canvas. This is a nice backing track because it utilizes guitar, so we don't have piano overstepping our piano, right? 2, 3, and 4, 3, and 4, and 3, and 4, and 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and 4, and 2, and 4, and but do 3, and 4, sh but do I think drums, but do ga, sh but do ga, but do da, sh but do da, but do here's the second ending. 3 and 4 and just repeat the F chord. That's what those symbols mean, by the way. 3 and 4. And if you don't see a symbol and there's no chord, you just repeat the chord from the measure before. 3 and 4 and right at the beginning of the tune. Maybe we'll jump in on there in the melody. All right, so speaking of the melody, let's look at how to phrase this. 2, 3, and 4, 1. Now I wrote those marcatos in the second bar. They're quarter notes. Anytime you see a quarter note, it's most likely going to be short, but it's not super short. We like to say in jazz that it's not a dit. It's a dot with an HT, meaning 2, 3, 4, 1. Very downward in hand position. You notice I'm not going, right? That sounds silly. So you got to lay into your short notes so they become a dot, D-A-H-T, dot, dot. Like just say the word dot with me. Ready? And dot. That's about how long? Right? Of course, it depends on the tempo of the tune, right? But from now on, quarter notes are short. Here's another thing. Eighth notes are connected. Diam, slur, legato, no space. And that particularly is important. We have strings of eighth notes. You notice I'm not doing. Okay, that's Lawrence Welk. We don't want Lawrence Welk. That's kind of Squaresville, right? So you gotta think about your eighth notes being swung with a triplet feel and connected. That's the most important thing. Sometimes I find myself sliding there. You really shouldn't though. Okay, so let's try the melody together. Here we go. Chords and melody. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. 2, 3, 4. Try that again, and 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4. But 2. Here's the second ending, and 3, 4. Short, short. Things here. Look at the last bar of the bridge coming into the last A section. We see that there's a G7 with a flat 9. All you have to think about is, okay, where's my 9? Flat it. Listen how great that chord sounds. The root in there. The bass player right down here. Really cool sound. And you also notice that is what's in the melody. So 9 times out of 10, these altered notes to our chords accommodate the melody. It just sets up a little chromatic passing tone, which is really nice. Okay, so now this time we try something different. I want you to comp with 2 hands. So you're just gonna simply double up that left hand rootless voicing and play it with your right hand. This may seem like overkill, but let me tell you, when you're a piano player playing in a big band or a combo with drums and horns and trumpets and guitars and blah, 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 you have to fight to be heard. This really fills up the sonic space. 3 and 4. Okay, let's try that. I think we're at the top of the form. I'll guide you. Just be ready to jump in here. Let's try two-headed chords from the top of the form, and let's use this pattern. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 3 and 4, and do da da, do da da, do dat, do da. Long short, not but long short. Okay, here we go. Sorry, here's the 5th bar. 2, 3, and 4, and zoo-da-ba, 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 zoo-da-ba. This is a pretty busy pattern for this tempo. down here. Maybe every other measure. All right, there's a famous intro that goes to this tune, and it's very easy. There's a lot of different variations. I'll give you the basic one. Think C major triad in second inversion up to C augmented. This beginning, Duke in general and Billy Strayhorn wrote, they were kind of fascinated with the whole tone scale. So that's where that comes from, and it kind of sounds maybe perhaps like train wheels or whatever, right? So that, and all we do here is we go from E to the sharp 5 down here. And they just kind of fall off of it, do a glissando. Don't make too big of a deal along the whole tone scale. So it sounds like this. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the tune starts, right? There's all kinds of variations. You could do it lower or spread the hands apart. Some people go up. So that's the intro. All right, have some fun with this, Duke Ellington. Remember too on the YouTube videos that you can slow it down by going to the little gear icon and bringing it down to 75%. That's very helpful to just getting your stuff together. Mastery, mastery. That's what it's all about.